Shalom, Israel, Shabbat Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the whole field, beginning with 144,000. So I believe I'm tired of this lesson. War tensions are rising, and I'm just on end time headlines, and I'm gonna just read the headlines of, the article title, and if y'all like, y'all can just go on end time headlines and then click onto the articles to get further information. But I just read the first one. It say British Prime Minister moves the UK military into war fighting readiness to address growing threats from Russia. So man, it's a lot of threats going on. It's a lot of tension in the air, war tension going on between these countries and NATO's. And there was another one I just recently seen kind of say Putin is being urged to use nuclear weapons against Ukraine following a recent attack, man. Ukraine just came and did attack on one of the army bases. And this was also another one. When I was on anti-airline, now I just disappeared that quick. Just disappeared that quick. That's crazy. Putin threatens to use a terrifying weapon that was prophesied by the prophet. We have to go to that. We have to click on that. Okay, right here. Russia has just threatened to wipe out the entire U.S. and chilling warning over Ukraine. So as I can see, Putin warns the U.S. that war with Iran would be catastrophic. Also been saying things about China, China, U.S., Ukraine, Russia, Israel being mentioned. All these, UK, United Kingdom, and all these, world leaders, they on edge, man. You got war tensions going on by the day. They ready for battle. Moral of the story, moral of the point, these world leaders are ready for battle. And that's why you've been seeing Trump trying to have peace treaties with everybody, trying to talk with everybody, and try to get stop these wars. Because why, once these wars start, hey, that's gonna be the end of all. Like you say, I can't really remember, but Esau, roughly paraphrasing, Esau gets Esau, so I can his kingdom stand or something like that, but Trump knows that once, World War III began, things of that says, that's the end all be all. He trying to prevent that, because these top hats, these elites, man, they know about the prophecies. They know World War III gonna be the end all be all, especially for Babylon the Great, aka America. And I'll just bring this out real quick. They shall say peace and safety. I just brought this out the other day. First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3, and it reads, for when they, I saw the verse 2, he said, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And the heavenly Father will come as a thief in the night to the ones who not watching, to the ones that not looking for the sign, to the ones that don't know prophecy. The hopefully elect members, the ones that know prophecy. Hey, we are looking for Yahweh Bashim to return back. So he ain't gonna come to us thief in the night to us. He ain't gonna catch us lacking. But he gonna catch the rest of the world lacking. Because why? And I could be looking for him. Verse 3, he said, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them, man. That's what Trump been trying to, clarify or trying to get done, is peace and safety and things of that such, right? But as soon as that comes to happen, hey, that's when all hell go break loose. He said, then sudden destruction coming upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Man, you're not going to escape this destruction that's coming. That's coming to Babylon the Great, aka America. And these other countries. So there's gonna be a battle. You know. What else did I want? Oh yeah, let's go to Matthew. Matthew the 24th chapter. We'll get straight to it. Verse 6. Well, we'll start at verse 3. Right to it. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, or I am the Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. So as I can see, these are the beginning of sorrow. These are the beginning of scary times. These are the beginning of, of trouble. You seeing kingdom rise against kingdom, nation against nation. We're seeing the wars happening. We're seeing the rumors of wars. We're seeing the threats going about. We're seeing the tensions are going higher and higher. We're seeing all these things. But what shall I say? But the end is not yet. So other people, they scared. They're trying to prepare themselves for these things that they say. Hey, and we ready for these things. We happy that these things coming to pass, because while we know once these prophecies be fulfilled, we know that our salvation is nearer and nearer and closer than ever. And like it's in Revelations, I believe 11 and 14, it reads, the second war is past, and behold, the third war coming quickly. I'll start up just to get more context. I started verse 12, and it reads, saying, they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. So who is they that ascended up to heaven in the cloud? The elect. In that cloud is a chariot. The chariots have many names according to the Bible, but in today's term, they call it UFOs, UAPs, things of that such. UFOs just mean unidentified flying objects, but those unidentified flying objects have names according to the Bible, right? So they say, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. So there's the elect that were being up into the chariots, being renewed, transformed to their spiritual bodies, things of that such, right? Verse 13, he's saying the same hour was that great earthquake. What caused that great earthquake? The nuclear missiles, the ICBM missiles, right? And then we just see, hear, Salaki. Then we just see how Putin is ready to use, nuclear weapons. Putin is being urged to use nuclear weapons against Ukraine following a recent attack. We know that it's in against Ukraine, but we know that Russia is going to be the main one that nuke Babylon the Great, aka America. Because it's going to be, World War III going to consist of a big, war between America, China, and Russia, and maybe they little allies, but I believe that's what Elder Apostle Tahar said during that count. I think it was like 2-3 weeks ago. But back to the scriptures. So verse 13 is saying the same hour was that great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. And in the earthquake there was slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the Heavenly Father of heaven. And so that great earthquake was caused by the nuclear missiles, the ICBM missiles. Like I said, the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted. Who was that remnant? The elect. So even the elect were affrighted. They were scared. He said, and gave glory to the Heavenly Father of heaven, man, because they got beamed up. See, they were saved from the destruction. That's when they gave all, glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh B'Hashim Yahushua. But it's verse 14, the point I wanted. He said the second war is past, And behold, the third will come quickly, man. So this is showing you that third, world war is going to come quickly, and it's going to come. The Most High said it's going to come, and then it's going to come. So it is going to be a World War III. It's going to be the war that ends all wars. So let me go to Second Ezra. That 16th chapter and get straight to the point. Let's start at verse 2 and let's start at verse 1 and read on down. So this book is Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 1. And it reads, Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Assyria. He said, Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. And y'all see the first name that was mentioned, right? Babylon. Who is Babylon, aka America? He said, sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is set among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood? Or may anyone quench the fire and stubble when it have begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof, the sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. Verse 13, the point I wanted right here. He said, God, hold on, just reading on down just a tad bit more. Yeah, I just read 13. He said, For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. So that bow that is shot and it shall not miss are those nuclear missiles, man, the ICBM missiles, right? They're not going to miss. They target is Babylon the Great, and they got specific areas to hit. Those nukes are going to hit those specific areas, man. It's not going to miss. Like it say, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the end of the world, man. So those nukes are going to happen. They're going to be shot over here to Babylon the Great, aka America. Come on. It's going to happen. It's not going to, come on. Like you say, man. Like I said, sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? Ain't no turning back, man. You can't stop it. You can't resist this. You can't resist whatever Father has going on. You know what I mean? And just to further that information, we'll go to Revelation, the 17th chapter, and show you that the Babylon the Great, aka America, is soon going to perdition, aka, war. So it's the book of Revelation, chapter 17, and verse 8. He said, The beast that thou sawest was, and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go into perdition, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not, and is yet is. So let's go. So let's go to Revelation the 20th chapter to further expand on that. Revelation 20 and 1. And it reads, And they saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. So just read it from my note. The bottomless pit represents Europe, because that's where the beast came out of. The beast represents the NATO and the EU, Canada, stem from Europe, then the United stem from the England or the king of that time. The pit would have to be Europe, and they lacked resources. They went to the other parts of the world for the resources, gold, oil, things of that sort, right? He's saying when you do your research, you see majority of these countries are in Europe, are started from Europe. So Europe is that bottomless pit that is talks about in Revelation, the 8th chapter. So I reread verse 8, he's saying the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. The word perdition basically goes into destruction, war, things of that such, right? And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is. And here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. And we know when you go to the end of verse 8, he's saying when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is referring to America, aka Babylon. He's saying here's the mind which have wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. That woman, who is it referring to? America again, aka Babylon. Those 7 heads. And I reread verse 10. He's saying there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. So let's go to those 7 heads. Those 7 heads are Greece, Rome, Spain, French, Germania Major, Germania Minor, and that's Germany today, and Great Britain. So and we know that the 10 hearts are the EU NATO. So as we read verse 10, saying there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And it's the verse I want, verse 11. He's saying the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goeth into perdition, right? So that 8th head that goes into perdition is who? America, Babylon the Great, aka America, right? So they're saying that they're going into perdition, so they go into war, they go go into destruction, and ultimately they go out with a bang. They're going to be Babylon the Great, aka America, going to turn desolate. It's going to become literally a lake of fire. It's going to become a lake of fire. So Babylon the Great, aka America, is going to battle. It is going to war very, 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 very soon. It may not look like it now, but it most definitely going to war soon. And I believe that's all I wanted. I didn't want to make it too long. We can go in very deep. The book of Daniel, Revelation, things of that such, right? But just trying to get it straight to the point, man. Just showing you how the war tensions are, are rising, and and at an all-time high. With that being said, Lord, this was a edifying lesson. Once again, I like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rukakodash, the bonus of the apostles, Elder to Great Millstone, and shalom to the whole elect. Shalom.